someone said good-ass DDR, which is like Beetlejuice for me, and you have summoned me. Ah, I have returned.
So if we can say it, look at that.
It is I. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for dealing with all the technical difficulties we had. Streams do be streams, and I'll put it that way. I am lovely. I'm happy. I'm lovely. I'm feeling lovely, but I'm happy to be joined by the showman himself from earlier on, Vengeance. Welcome to the mic. Good to see you. Thanks for being on today.
I appreciate everybody. This community is like seriously BA.
It is. Y'all are OD. Just because of the fact, as I said it before, I love these whole grassroots tournaments. You know, because I'm used to running like Mistake on the Lake, Storm, and then contributing in some of the other ones. And then I come here and it's like, man, this is what it's about, man. The local community putting something together.
They make each other. We all feel like home and family. Like, I'm not going to say we're all on a first name basis, we're at least on a gamer tag basis.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
I always try to drop the real name, you know, Jamario or Eijiken, and wherever I go. But like, everyone just be like, oh look, it's fine, it's Sora, and we're like, oh yeah, we know exactly who they are.
Correct.
What are these government names over here?
Here, speaking of names, $100. You can pronounce that right there.
Voltississimo?
I have no
idea.
I do music.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So like, fun fact, I'm a linguistic anthropologist and I do music.
Sure.
Whenever you add "issimo" or "is" to an Italian word, it means it's extra. So you could say it's very, very volt.
Gotcha. And did you study any languages at all by chance?
Plenty. I have forgotten about 14 languages.
No way.
But like, I still have a few in my pocket.
And did you forget about any Japanese? There's a lot in this game.
I still hold a lot of Japanese. I'm rusty because I just don't speak it as much.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, we're about to go ahead and get it popping. We have Voltississimo for this one, and we have Gold Rush on the next. So we have DRH and Sora.
Everybody getting ghost steps ready, ahead of schedule. I like it.
All right, DRH starting off strong.
Nobody really thrown off by that little kind of syncopation issue there either.
But one thing we did see from Sora early on is that once Sora locks in, they lock the fuck in.
No joke.
And because of that, they're now in the lead by about 3x points. It's still relatively close, so it's anyone's game.
It is. A couple of greats come in from DRH on that, but there's plenty of room here to pick this up. This little hoppity skip. You can actually spin here. Oh, no one took it.
Oh no, we're locked in, boy. We're locked in. We're locked in, folks.
It changes at this level.
And it's to win it, baby.
That's right.
And looks like Sora did pick up a miss right there, but still maintain a lead by about 10.
Jumps look like maybe. Yep. Little slow down time. Yep. Good way to bounce back though off the speed up. Sora holding a little bit of a lead off that freeze.
Yeah, like I said, Sora's MA is just really crisp. Despite the fact that DRH is still sitting on a full combo, it's just that MA, that's what wins these things.
Kind of like dial back in for just a second, but then this is like kind of the little mini run, if you want to call it that.
All right, Sora still up by about 50 at this point.
About right. It's actually reverse spins there.
Yeah, it's a tricky pattern.
That's a very tricky pattern.
All right, Sora takes that one. 1297 to DRH's 1266.
Way to hang with it, though. Very competitive off the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. DRH started off really strong. There was a tiny bit of song unfamiliarity from Sora, but as I was saying, that Sora's MA is just much better. You kind of see the difference.
Yeah, can we look at what the previous record was on that? Oh, I guess not anymore.
I mean, shout out to upscore. That's one of my favorite things to see at these tournaments is everybody upscoring, regardless of your skill level, whether you are trying to get some W's on the board. I just like to see people improving themselves and pushing themselves and hitting new heights.
Yeah, that usually happens year after year. Is like you see the level of competition not only grow, and also people just looking out for themselves.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and play Gold Rush, the legendary theme song from Beatmania 2DX Gold, 14th version. Fun thing about this chart, which version you get is anyone's guess. The chart's going to be the same, but the vocals and the animations, it can be either 2DX or the DDR. I don't know. When I PFC'd this
animations
song,
are disabled on that one side.
Oh, you're true. That's right. All I know is when I PFC'd this song, I got the DDR version.
Just casually dropping, I PFC'd this song. I like it.
It's a good song. So, like, you're going to see this. They're only 3 points behind. The song is relatively straightforward. And when you get to the part where they start listing off versions, it's repetitive.
And
so this is one of these songs that both players, as you can see, you're going to find it really easy to lock in on.
Very early. You're not kidding. The scores are pretty neck and neck already. I mean,
all right, we get to the repetitive part. We're only about 5-point difference between the two. All right, we got the 2DX version.
Good catch on those freezes. We had a bit of a lead change here.
All right,
Sora. This is a chance to recover.
Yep, Sora up by 13.
That pattern kind of comes back a little bit.
Yeah, and the thing is that the song is not particularly complicated. There's not a lot of stream. So it's, for Sora, as long as Sora kind of maintains his pace, they're going to take the lead. But DRM still looking really good on it. Hasn't really thrown anything.
No, actually it was very well done on the little skip there.
Yeah, Sora's going to go ahead and take it.
And again, yep, Sora's got it.
10:29 to 10:42. 13-point difference. Shout out to Malk here, also reminding us that there is a pop-in version. Yes, I forgot about that. But also, I have opinions that I'm going to keep to myself about that one. All right.
Oh, no, we want to hear him now that you said that.
Oh, no. I'm going to go ahead and hand these cards off to our lovely T.O. Sopra. As Sora takes that 2-0 and continues on in this pool. Next up,
oh, we get some cards actually heading to us. This is kind of nice.
All right, so next up we are going to have Sheepy coming up. Yeah. So.
Oh, this is an interesting second. So this is
like. Whoa, okay. Yeah, this is a particularly fun set. So first we're going to start off. We're going to have Mermaid Girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a 12. Not particularly complicated, a little bit of skippies, and then we're just going to go full bore into Hyena Expert.
There's a jump here.
So I hope you like drills, as well as a song that just keeps on going.
Yeah, that one, it doesn't ever end.
So bangers, depending on what scale of the music taste you're on, I tend to lean towards a Hyena. Hyena it's such a jam that, like, I actually want to start a line of merch based off of that song. And that's like how cool that song is to me. Shout out to Homarju for putting out a certified hood classic right there, if I dare.
This is where I ask you, do you actually know how to make your own merch at all? Like, do you have your own, like, shirts, your own sweaters?
I do things, you know. This tournament's all about the players, but I do things. I have my hands in many hobbies, so to speak. Just like you freestyle, you dance, I dance, and I do a lot of other things also.
But I try to dance.
That song is just so cool to me that, like, it's one of those songs that you could totally build a concept off of, in my opinion.
Now, Mermaid Girl to me gives me those old school, like, 4th, 5th mix vibes.
It is definitely. It's one of those songs that, like, I'm not particularly keen on Mermaid Girl, but Mermaid Girl has some of the most aggressive stands out there for a song, and it surprises me. But everyone has a lid for their pot, as I like to say. And we're just going to go ahead and see how this is going to work on their favor. We have Sheepy versus CeilingFam. CeilingFam, one of the Columbus players, been around for quite a while. Took a break from DDR for a little bit, started playing a little bit of ITG during the time, and has immensely improved. Got to see him really put in a lot of the work at down right. And then we have Sheepy, who has been on a tear lately. Been posted some 14 PFCs, which is super freaking impressive.
No kidding.
Absolutely wow. So that's the level of competition that we're at right now. And CeilingFam right now with about looks like about a 20-point lead, give or take, closing down to about 15. This is a chart with shock arrows in it.
You know what, though? Both of them aren't phased by any of those. There seems to be some familiarity here, or dare I say they played it to prep for the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to this chart, despite the fact that having shock arrows, they're not shock arrows in the way that, like, they're going to trip you up. They kind of make sense.
They're rhythm breakers.
Exactly. And, you know, with the way that this chart is also kind of structured, you have the shock, and then you have, like, a step leading into the skip section.
True.
I always like to talk about how shock arrows, when you hit them, they're kind of like cascading. You kind of have cascading effects to them. You hit one, you miss 5 afterwards.
That's usually how it works, and the announcer Jinx stays undefeated, actually.
I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I just don't talk about it. See, that was you. I'm pointing that one on you.
You shouldn't, because I still see FCs all around.
All right, so
quarter notes there.
Both of them sitting on a green combo right now. CeilingFam with a little bit of a lead right now by about 30 points. Both of them are sitting on a full combo right now.
This is where they got to hit those little gallop, those little skip steps there.
All right, full combo. CeilingFam 11:05.
Across the board, good scores there.
We have 59 and 3 and 33 and 1 out of CeilingFam. The boy almost piffed it. Almost picked up the piff.
That's a very casually done, almost. I mean, it was pretty close.
All right, so now we're going to go to something. If you wanted to call that a warm-up, then this is...
I agree, it's a warm-up compared to this.
This is the actual workout. So you have Hyena 14 that what you're going to want to look out for is drills. This chart is full of drills in just about every rhythm game that it's in. It's infamous for having some form of like a repetitive pattern. DDR, its drills sound Voltex. For a while, this was the song that had the most slam notes, the whoosh notes, back and forth.
Called slam notes.
Yeah, and it's a delight to watch. DDR, it's a little bit more of a 14 stamina test, so to speak, like, or I'd say your foot speed test.
Okay.
All right.
Do we know, by the way, who picked what out of this?
I do believe Mermaid Girl was Sheepy. Hyena was probably CeilingFam.
Affirmative. There's your jump. You can jump spin here if you want. Oh, darn. Maybe that'll happen once. This is probably the most straightforward part.
Yeah, and it's basically it's a jack section.
None of them fooled by that little slowdown change up there.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start to get into the drills after this part.
And we're tight early here, too. Look at that. Only a 6-point difference going into this now.
Sheepy picked up the first great, but only down by 11. So great job from Sheepy. So maintaining a little bit of a distance right behind it. We have CeilingFam about to break 200 while still maintaining the go combo. All right. Ooh, and Ceiling picked up a miss, which gives Sheepy a 1 point
lead. Like a little slip up. There was a good, a miss kind of in there.
Sheepy happy to take advantage of that for the lead right now.
All right.
All right, and this is the little bit of the break that they get.
All 10 seconds of it.
Sheepy ahead by 7 points. All right, both of them handling the crossover skips really well. All right, chat.
Another little break. Sheepy takes it back. Again, that little crossover stuff working really well. There's the drill again.
Yeah, CeilingFam picked up a couple of greats right there. Sheepy still sitting on the full combo.
Might make a difference. Oh, there's your last drill.
And Sheepy holds on to take it. 1379 to CeilingFam's 1363. 16 and a good for Sheepy. 28 and 4 goods and 2 misses for CeilingFam. Sheepy gets the picture. Because we take up scores. We love up scores around here, Chad.
All around. Look at that big smile. Yeah, that's right.
All day, baby. Here, take that one
we have a
because you're
card
going to
for you.
need. Yeah, take that with you.
This is the one where I do not know what this is because I cannot read this language. I see a card that's yellow.
So it's I do not remember my kanji, and this is I know the chat.
Yeah, this is
where I say,
somebody
hey
in the
chat,
Yeah,
remind me, what's the first kanji right there?
Well,
I know the
second. The
second.
first one would be on this side, right?
What's the first
Are we
kanji? I know
hearing it or
I
not?
know the second one. I know it's something fu old recorder. It's a series of the Yukopi songs that are all
I feel like we have all
songs.
this room on this table. We could have like an actual thing that tells us this. But
Either way, we are going into the third chart. The third one. This is the tie break.
oh, that's right. We are in overtime.
Yes, sir. This is what we like to see. Chat, eyes open. We are here in Dayton, Fairfield Commons Mall. Round one. Let's go.
Song actually opens up with a 360 jump. If they wanted to do that.
All right. In my opinion, out of all the recorder songs, this one is probably, in my opinion, I would say it's the most fun. Thank you, Kyofu.
Good call.
Stay learning, folks. But right now, CeilingFam up by about 11.
I was trying to pinpoint where the maybe great perfect difference was. Maybe in those gallop steps. As we go here.
Yeah, the only thing about this chart is it's a joy to play. It's really skippy, but as you kind of see and you pointed out, it does have kind of weird parts, like that drill section right there.
And then there's the jump off to something else as well. You got to look out for.
Exactly. It keeps you on your toes. You kind of mentally you want to play this song a lot quicker than it actually. You want to step it a lot quicker than it actually is, but the sync kind of tends towards the slower side. It's really weird.
I agree. I'm not seeing either player actually take the crossover. They're just doing the standard, just take the 1 foot and drag it over. She's picking up a great. Going to need a little bit of a rally here to catch back up. Ceiling is locked in. That's the phrase of the day, isn't it?
You did pick up some greats right there, but Sheepy also kind of exchanged some as well.
Boom.
Oh, and Sheepy picked up a miss.
Ceiling still got the combo going.
All right, let's see them both finish strong. I don't know if there's that much room for Sheepy to catch back up. But we have...
As there's like 5 notes left.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Good job out there.
42, 10, and 1 good from CeilingFam, and 83, 13, and a miss from Sheepy. So that is that.
Yeah, chaotic, I see on that. Yeah, foot switching is definitely a great term I've used for that.
Yeah, it's super strange because like one thing about that chart is not that it's kind of off. It's just that a lot of the skips are. I mean, you as a freestyler, someone who you'll be able to speak to this, how weird it is sometimes when you have to shift play styles to be able to do stuff like skip back and do it off of your off foot.
That's
and that
a
chart
really
is full
interesting
of it.
one. So the way that I do it is actually I kind of teach it like my daughter takes MMA.
Yeah.
And I teach her about basically changing your stance if you're a fighter. So basically, if you're an orthodox, you fight like this, right? And then if you're southpaw, you're fighting this way. So it's no different for foot switching. Just switching your body up, going this way to that. Now it's different, I guess, in practice versus playing it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that like, it's an advanced technique for a reason. You never realize how important it is. And I always like to say the difference between most people starting off DDR and playing at a high level is the innate knowledge you have of how to orient your body for certain patterns. So yeah, that track is tricky just because it's so much of just like, all right, if you face one way on it, you're setting yourself up to kind of have an awkward transition to the next skip pattern. But shout out to both players for really doing the dang thing on that. GG's to both players.
That's great.
We love it. We love it when things go to full sets. TOs hate it.
I believe we have a Hyena card waiting for a player in the background. So we'll have to get, I believe we have to give that.
Who wants the Hyena? Who wants that boy? So, meanwhile,
actually, Sheepy won the song, so technically, goes over there.
Yay!
All right. I like how you gave us 2 cards for 1. Thank you. That's a great deal.
All right, so Sheepy is coming back on the pad. We're going to have Sora also returning to the pad. Songs that we got, we have Metamorphic, and then
I can just do this.
And then we have Connect.
See, I was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely had the form for it. You had the you had like the heart of the cards, top deck. No, Yugi boy, you know, pulling out Exodia card draw right there. So yes, definitely looking some alternative careers to hand model. That might be a thing for you.
You've definitely seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
But so we have those next 2 songs. I would say Sheepy definitely is warmed up. Sora, definitely. Well, Sora came from the previous pool. And
so this is where, is it warm up or do we got to start going into the gas tank? Like if you're in a 12-round fight,
I mean, that's the thing about these tournaments and the way that we run these. Instead of doing like, you know, your double elimination.
Yep.
When you do waterfall and pool format round robin, you get more play time in.
That's true.
But if you start to exceed your expectations and you start making like these god runs throughout the tournament, your stamina then that comes into play.
It does.
So that is something that a lot of these players consider, and it also just makes for a fun tournament. We see players like Sora, L, yourself for a bit, just make these long runs, like these multi-pool runs. It's like, yeah, this is cool.
It was cool for about 2 seconds, and I definitely regret it.
No regrets, no regrets. Hey. Never any regrets.
Look, I'm just saying, I play my fair share of doubleheaders in baseball, and usually by like the 5th or 6th inning, I'm like, I want to go back, man.
I mean, we appreciated the show that you put on. It was like, whoa, I'm awake now. Yeah. This rules.
Oh, dude, I didn't come here not to at least have fun.
Excellent.
That's not it.
That's the saying for this entire tournament. If you're not having fun, what are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, they dap it up. We are locked in. We're going to start off with Metamorphic. Tail of the tape. Both players have a PFC.
Looks like Sheepy, by the way, fans are coming, like, look at this. They're pouring in over the chat.
Sheepy gang over here.
Yeah.
So both of these players do have a PFC. Sheepy's is a little bit better by about 13 perfects.
Good catch. I did not see that.
So both of them do have the experience. So this is going to come down to probably an MA battle between the 2.
Pretty straightforward chart, though, so far at least. A lot of the action in this is very burst.
All right, both players locked in. Sheepy's MA is a tiny bit better, but up by about 2. But we saw Sora's
did have MA. Actually a lead flip on that.
Yeah, Sora's MA has just been on point all day, so I wouldn't be surprised if the lead trades back and forth between the 2.
The lead scrunched just a little bit. This is where the MA counts.
Yeah, in particular, this song is not fair. It's not particularly difficult. It's just dense in a little bit. So it's one of those songs that I always like to say you have to lock in. You can't slack.
See, yeah, this is your break time for a second, but there's enough to keep you honest.
Yes. Like, I put this along with Onyx and a couple other 14s that are not difficult. They're just kind of long. There's a lot of notes. There's a lot of steps to them, and you can't let off the gas on it.
You know, off that green note Oscar the Grouch special, Sora took over for a second, and now it's tightened back up.
One back. Chat, eyes open. 1 point between the 2. Oh!
Sora, at the buzzer.
Sora takes it. 1498, 1492, 42-1, and Sora with the piff, 38. With the upscore. That's an upscore, actually. Sora had 59 perfects, and just brought that back to 38.
The look on Sora's face is very honest. Like, I can't believe I actually did that.
Like, all right. We stand humility. The humble, like, right on, I did it. casually ripping a 38 in a tournament.
Very casually.
All right, so next up, we're going to go to Connect.
I also want to make sure I connect with my old rival in the chat, that Dravos knucklehead clown guy.
Oh, shout out to Draven back home in Cleveland.
That's my buddy.
All right.
Actually, where are these players from? Well, Sora's kind of from Columbus here /
So Sheepy is from the Michigan area. Sora is, if I'm correct, from the Columbus area. I could be wrong.
I say both because I'd see Sora here regularly enough.
Oh no, that's right. Sora is a local player. That's right. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't wrong.
My bad if I messed it up.
Yeah, Sora is a local player. Of course, the 614 jersey. I should know better.
Well, but all right. So that little weird skip jump thing, Sheepy ended up with the lead out of it. This is nowhere close to as straightforward as the last chart.
Yeah, and it's also kind of weird because it is a 13 compared to the last one was a 14. It's way more skippy, less straightforward. You definitely kind of have to be aware as to what's going on this song. It's real easy, especially at the beginning, to kind of get comfortable as to feeling what the skips are and what those rolls right there are. But you can't do that. This song is just structured.
Switch, by the way, in there too.
Especially that pattern right there with the roll into the jump.
And that almost made them even out of that.
Sheepy still maintaining the lead by a little bit, by about 5 points. Ooh, a little bit more right there.
We got enough song to catch up though here. Short break for this little kind of a riff almost.
Sheepy still maintaining the lead.
Staying on point with the jumps too.
Oh, and Sheepy takes
holds it.
Flat 1500. Sora with the 1484. So we are going
back-to-back overtimes.
That's right. Both of them sitting on 9 perfects. We are going to go to the tiebreaker song of Glitter. Same perfect count, but Sheepy's M8 was just a little bit tighter.
No kidding.
Oh no! I didn't like that face.
That's a look if I've ever seen one.
So we showed Sheepy the next song, and they were just like, oh geez, not that one.
Yeah, that's kind of the look of like if you had, say, if you spilled something on carpet, you're like, I can't clean this up. And almost the look is like now extended over it, like, why? I'm telling you, this thing would be a gift if it was actually like if somebody got a shot of it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, chat. Sheepy fans, I see y'all out there. Push some buttons for Sheepy. Let's see some sheep for y'all on mobile. Let's see some emotes in the chat. If you want Sora to do that, let's post a cloud. Post a cloud in the sky. And if you just want some good DDR from both of them, DDR for all of them.
Arrow?
Let's just get some thumbs up if you want some good DDR from. Let's just see a good match. All right, the best way I can describe this song is, yep, that's a Soda Fujimori song. And the chart kind of reflects it even at the difficult level.
Very weird intro, by the way. We're still pretty even here.
About a 7-point difference, despite the fact that Sheepy is very whelmed by this song, for lack of a better term. They're maintaining the lead by 7 points.
Yeah, the poker face may have kind of tripped us all up, right?
Yeah, Sora did pick up a great, but Sora does look very locked in right now, actually. Only picking up 1 great out of the past 20 steps. I mean, 1 perfect, I'm sorry.
Well, this sync doesn't really seem to be throwing him off too much. I'm not seeing a whole lot of anything that's, let's say, just great good.
Yeah, and just the weird thing about it is that The song is so, I like to use the term, it's like unsettling. Like you want to fall into a groove of hitting like the 8th note patterns right there, and then it keeps on throwing those like 16th off notes. And it really feels awkward to time whenever you try to hit this. Like both of them are doing a phenomenal job.
And admittedly, that little freeze kind of like hop is a little weird. Sheepy's still holding the lead out of this too. And there's a little change up in that pattern to watch out for. Now there's like a skip.
The thing is that Sheepy's in the lead, but Sora is still doing a good job of maintaining by like about a 15-point lead, kind of
it's still manageable
the entire time.
No! Sheepy takes it by 12.
Kept it under 15 and brought it just to 12, but Sheepy is going to take it 14-38, Sora 14-26. GG's to both players. Amazing set. We got up scores on both sides from both of them. You love to see it.
Sheepy just straight up giving us the why are we playing this song and then wins the set.
Like, okay.
You can't make this stuff up.
Y'all can take your cards.
Sheepy, the chat, they like you over here. Look, see right there. See right there. Let's go. It says right there.
Go.
We're all sending love back over here.
Ooh, yo, this set.
This is good stuff.
This is bangers o'clock. Chat, we have the song from DDR Extreme CS. We have the Maximizer.
Winner, easily.
Very underrated chart. And then we have Teleportation.
Fun one.
This banger alert on banger alert, chat. Says we have DRH and CeilingFam hop back up here.
And this is why, thank you for putting me on comms when we actually get good songs.
I mean,
yeah, hey.
it's the cool thing about this game, when you play long enough, you tend to figure out that this game has more bangers than not.
You'd be surprised.
Like,
yeah, there's only 1 billion songs in the game.
There are too many. Shout out to the TOs, shout out to the staff deciding to use a condensed song list. That has been something that has been talked about lately in the community, is instead of opening up to like a full card draw, instead having like a more condensed song list of songs that will get picked. Because at this point, there's kind of too many. No, too many is not the right word. There's a lot.
Well, there's like, they call it like filter bubble theory. If you have too many choices in front of you, then you're overwhelmed and you can't make the right decision.
And there's only but so much you can there's only but so many charts, especially when it comes to the lower levels.
Yes.
There's by like almost an order of magnitude, there are so many charts, so many songs, compared to like when you start to get to uppers, in which you kind of know like, all right, these are all of the knowledge check songs.
Yeah. Familiarity's got to play, a big role in that.
All right. A classic. We have Maximizer, Banger Alert, CeilingFam, DRH starting off.
We should really just shut up and let the game just play the song and go.
All right. Both of them nailing that first note. DRH hitting the perfects.
No issue with the pause.
We're going to have the first drill.
And another one. Pay attention to those little drills. Those are probably going to be a difference maker here in this set.
Oh, yeah, DRH.
Just off the time.
He stepped up. He stepped early. He thought that he was 1 beat early on it. The chart knowledge was there. He just stepped early.
A little jump time freeze with a quick break. Spin jump, go. See, I told you there was a
CeilingFam is locked the heck in right now. Still sitting on that gold combo.
You are for real, my friend. Now a little foot switch coming in here.
All right, so here we go. We're going to start to get into this triplet pattern right here, right before we get into the A string, leading into the end of the song.
Whatever breather you needed, you got to take it now.
CeilingFam finally broke the gold combo. Still sitting on the full combo.
DRH locking it in, though, trying to get that comeback here.
But DRH's MA was pretty nice. During that whole stream, DRH only picked up 4 perfects during that entire stream, which was very impressive. But CeilingFam is still going to take it. 1081 to 1035, 24, 1, and 64, 1 great and 1 good.
Let's check that MA count for real.
Woo. Like, easily piffable by both players.
Chat, that's a great little line you dropped in there. Maximized combo.
Maximum. All right, so we are going to go to teleportation next. I'm very fond of the 15. The 15 rules as a chart.
It's one of the 15s that makes sense.
You could say that. Yeah, you could say that. I'm not going to argue that. I mean, so for me, this is awesome because DRH is a local player to my arcade. Mm-hmm. I see him occasionally, and then CeilingFam I've known for years. And watching both of them improve so much
I feel like Ceiling plays everywhere.
Awesome. I remember right around the time that the round ones kind of started opening up in Ohio, CeilingFam just kind of started getting back into it. And just, because during that time, he played some ITG. He's actually really good at like a lot of the kind of lower tech levels of ITG, some like 10s and stuff like that. Really solid at it, but didn't have a fondness for DDR. So seeing him crush it this weekend is amazing. And then DRM is someone who, I'm going to pick my words carefully because I don't want to tell too much of people's business. I never really saw him play that much.
Oh.
And now, like, seeing from the time that I would see him play at the arcade to now, it's just such a delight at how much better he's gotten.
Well, you see both of them just, crush those crossovers. You can break here. Now, this is where you got to dance, right?
See, this to me, teleportation is a head bobber.
This beat is just sick.
All right, CeilingFam up by about 23 points right now. Still maintaining the lead.
Watch those doubles on the down arrow, though. Those are fun. Double cross step.
Oh, my God.
Ceiling's coming back with the lead here. Yep.
They are locked in. This is wonderful.
And also, not messing with these crossovers either. Look at this. Got the combos going. Ceiling still holding the lead. Got it.
1073 to 1048. 51 and 7.
Still a great run by DRH though.
Yeah, 51 and 7 full combo. Solid 28 and 6.
That's a good day at the office if I've ever seen one.
It's like one thing, yeah. So the better words to say is that DRH's PA has like grown orders of magnitude. And then I look at CeilingFam and I'm just blown away by the growth from just like when I looked at the first time that like I talked to them down in Columbus at a meetup, and it's like, yeah, I'm just now getting back into it. So all of a sudden crushing it at Don right, and then putting up a performance right here. Like, I'm proud of both of these players.
I also like how you did the Don for the pronunciation for that.
I mean, I'm going to respect my Yinzers down there. Shout out to Sirius, Aaron Ussie, and the rest of
cards to give out.
The rest of the Pittsburgh crew down there. I love the Pennsylvania rhythm game community. They are awesome. If you ever have a chance to go to one of their tournaments, and who knows, the next time
we have some PA representation here today.
We do. I know we have Pat Ball over there on the mic, and we have a few other people here. But
we also have people from, dare I say, is it the team up north? Are we allowed to say that? Can you censor the word Michigan?
I mean, we saw Sheepy. We saw Sheepy over from Michigan putting on the finest of work. So like,
I know some of the national champions might have an issue with me.
The Ohio State already won the championship. So we can put down our arms until next year.
True.
And we can be friends and hate on like New York and some of the other places together in terms of sports. So it's a ceasefire for this year. So shout out to Michigan, shout out to that community.
All right.
And it looks like right now we're still waiting on the next group to come up.
I believe so. There's a card draw event thing happening.
But nonetheless, thank you all of you beautiful people, guys, gals, trans, and non-binary pals out there. You could have been anywhere today, but you chose to be here on stream watching us talk about some good.
They can also multitask too.
Some good Aero games, and I haven't done it yet. You know, I kind of came on spontaneously to fill in because L Boogie was supposed to be accompanying you, but L all of a sudden.
At least for the first set, my understanding was, yes.
L all of a sudden decides to just go crazy and have a nut set and to make it out of their pool.
Hey, that happens.
Like they had an amazing set where it went the distance. Final song was Blue Fog, and L won by 1 point.
Oh, I didn't know it was 1 point.
It was 1 point.
I just knew it was a victory.
It was insane, dude. So
yeah, that changes things a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, no, go ahead and do what you got to do. Like we're not gonna. Yeah, do what you got to do. But I haven't done it yet, chat. Are you staying hydrated? This is your notice to please go and hydrate. Get some water, hydrate, whether you like your water, neutral, vanilla,
water,
with nothing in it, or you want to throw some of them leaves in that, or you want to like crush up some coffee beans and have some hot bean water, whatever your choice, make sure you stay hydrated,
That's a thing.
chat. Because when you're thirsty, your legs don't work good, your brain don't work good, you make stupid decisions, you say dumb stuff, and we're all about, I'll put it this way. These days, you can't be slipping. You can't be sleeping. There's too much going on in the world for you to be walking around here thirsty. We don't get caught slipping. Stay hydrated, chat. Take care of yourselves, because I love seeing you here.
I'm just going to, can we, whoa. Okay, these cards.
All right, so remember previously when we were talking about like, man, look at these cozy songs that are a little bit tricky. Hey, welcome to Electronic Retreat. That song that like has no business being as difficult and obnoxious as it is.
But it's still fun. This right here, put that card up.
And then we have EDSM, a chart
Absolute heater.
A chart that I think I was watching someone play it the other day, and I forgot just how much that chart actually kind of makes you move. Like I kind of forgot that, like, oh, wow, that chart is actually charted well. It's kind of intentional, but I could see how anyone who's, like, actually trying to play it in a really static play style will not have fun with it.
Yeah, it's tricky. It requires some familiarity. I mean, it's not one of the ones that you sight read, you play it once, you're like, I figured it out. No. You got to go back to the well on it a little bit.
And then Electronic Retreat is one of those songs that I like to use the term, it's a knowledge track. If you have to sight read or Electronic Retreat, you're probably in for a bad time.
I agree with that.
Not only just because of the BPM changes and everything.
Just to piggyback off that real quick, I want to make sure my kids understand the line, you're going to have a bad time. You know what that's from. I expect you to understand that when I get home.
You're going to have a bad time. You know, Electronic Retreat, to further dig into that reference, Electronic Retreat, there are times where you think you're going to pizza and the chart is going to French fry right in your face, okay? But we're going to actually go to EDSM, the theme song of DDR 8, so to speak. Classic.
I appreciate you knowing that reference too. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So here we go. CeilingFam, we just saw just a little bit ago, and we have Sora, who came from the previous poll and has been putting in tons of work. So we have, unfortunately, what seems to be the 614 crew, the Columbus
friendly
team
fire.
battle.
Yeah.
The team kill is definitely going to go into play. One of these two will make it out of this pool.
Argue it's like sparring partners going at it.
CeilingFam did pick up a myth pretty early on, but still with his MA is maintaining
the MA is
lead.
making up for it, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're still pretty tight. But the chart just keeps maintaining its weirdness, for lack of a better term. Unfortunately, a miss there from Sora. But looking for a rebound here. There it is, right there. Right off that break.
Both of them are handling this section, the syncopated section, really well.
Because it goes those little mini drills and you get the greens just out of nowhere in there.
CeilingFam still maintaining a 30-point lead.
This is the part where you want to take, your little breath, come back and rally. Spin.
Shout out to Sora picking up only one perfect during that stream section.
Run.
CeilingFam did pick up a miss, but has enough of a buffer of their lead right now.
It seems like it's enough right now. There's one little kind of skippity part here. There it is. Sora's still finishing strong out of this thing.
All right. Sora with 1395, CeilingFam 1468. A really tricky chart. Like I said, it's one of those ones that if you do have a static play style where you kind of tend to play very minimal, it's going to be a little rough. You're going to have to double step a lot of it compared to if you are willing to adjust to some of the crossovers and to do some of like the back crossovers, the Afro step or Scoobies as we like to call them here
Love
in
the
US.
Afro step. That's old school.
All right, and now we're going to go to Electronic Retreat. Strangely enough, we're actually playing the difficult and not the 15, in which my heart is like, oh my God, here we go with the 15, but the difficult, it's still kind of obnoxious. Everything about this chart is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. Not only the BPM changes, but the patterns on top of the BPM changes are kind of what makes it weird.
Definitely a word, and I don't think it's even as much of a word as we need for this.
All right, CeilingFam does have 997 on it.
I did not see a score over there for Sora. Maybe this is a playing possum trick.
Could be. We did talk about how Sora does play a lot of pump lately, so.
Yeah. Get ready for a lot of this hoppity-skippity stuff, by the way.
Electronic Retreat, a song from Pumpin', not Pump, oh my goodness, from Poppin' Music. So rockabilly song with a little bit of like some new style GABA injected into it.
A couple of greats from Sora's giving Ceiling the lead here. There are some awkward foot switches with that, both players got to work at. Example A.
And the thing that does make this difficult, particularly interesting, is that you kind of have to lock in as to what the rhythm of those skips are, because they're not your standard skips.
Good. Here's here we go. Slow down part. Yep. And it's going to stay like this with the gradual speed up. Those players opted not to do the little 360 spin there, which I would understand. And now we get back to a little hop and skip thing. Or as you said, rockabilly is a good word for this, but it's kind of like techno version of that. Pretty sizable lead here for Ceiling.
And full combo for both. I mean, regardless of the outcome, shout out to both players for getting the full combo on that. Let's see, 28 and 1 good for Sora, but 37 and 6 out of CeilingFam. Locked in with an up score on top of that too.
Just walks off the machine like, yeah, no problem.
GG's to both. GG's to both players. What a... That is a song, let me tell you. Not even to like talk down on, because music is one of those things that's subjective. It's just song is...
Well, everybody knows that like you're not supposed, like country music is terrible. So that's,
Hey now, good rockabilly is kind of good, okay? Like if you could say like Elvis, like that whole genre, that whole wave of like Elvis style music is rockabilly. There's some good rockabilly bands out there. It's, it's just a combination of like new style GABA and rockabilly mixed with BPM changes.
Yeah.
It's a difficult chart.
Let's say fine arts students or whatever, just learn all the music genres ever.
Don't do that. It's impossible. That's not going to work. For what it's worth, shout out to both players for not only pulling off the full combo on that, because that song, even on its difficult, it's a 12. But like I was saying before, just those
not
skips,
like a normal thing. There's weird, just funky stuff in there.
Yeah, those skips are so weird to time.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have a little card shift. Yeah. Do we have to go to our chat for our kanji experts?
No, hold on.
I know how to read this. See, it says pure rude. Look at that. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Sui, is that Sui?
Now, the trick is knowing the BPM for this song. I believe it's around 168.
This song, by the way.
Well, yeah. We could try to like pantomime that.
Is that Sui Na? Is that Sui Na or is that Sui? I always forget.
I'm not going to have any idea. I'm sorry.
Or is it?
The language I took in high school was Latin, and I basically know, about some of like the gods and goddesses, and I know how to say
sweets.
Like,
okay, that's a su. So sweets, sweets na to na ba nai. All right.
Yeah, did you get all that?
See, it's kind of nice. Like, shout out to like rhythm games. Like, if you are learning Japanese or you choose to, rhythm games are kind of a nice little practice because you can just look at that. You can look at the titles and go and start to kind of sound it out and really try to get like your phonetics down and also character recognition.
If you were to like travel to another country, how far could you get before you're like, I need help and I don't know what to do because you can't speak it?
Actually, just exposure, even going to a country and even trying and being around it does a lot for learning the language. All right, so here we go. We have DRH back on the pad and Sheepy back on the pad. As we start off with Swedes na Koronai.
This opener is pretty straightforward here. We'll stay with the MA count. Both players looking pretty good out of the gate.
One thing I do like about this song is that the sync makes sense. There's always a talk of like something being kind of off sync. For this, the sync kind of makes sense. I mean, for me, I tend to read a little bit fast, personally, and the sync, for me, the sync kind of locks in on this.
As you say, read a little bit fast. It looked like the DRH picked up a good. Wasn't sure where that was, but no trouble there on the little off kind of green note thing.
All right, both of them still doing pretty well, still sitting on the full combo. Sheepy ahead by about 34 points at this point.
This is where you gotta like watch those little crossovers that happen. Yeah, Sheepy building up a lead here.
All right, and for the most part, I kind of like to say, like, you kind of see most of what the chart has to offer. The only, I guess, quote-unquote, tricky parts are not so much tricky patterns, it's just more of your timing. When you hit some of these jumps right there, it's real easy to kind of like, I would say, throw off of your timing by putting a lot of your weight into those jumps. And you still kind of, yeah, you have to really stay light on your feet to hit one of those. Sheepy picking up a miss just at that part that I was talking about. Still maintaining the lead, however. And
but see, those little extra kind of off-sync notes didn't throw them off the whole game.
All right, 59, 6. 3 goods and 2 misses from Sheepy. Full combo with 111 perfects, 13 out of DRH. So shout out to both of them. We're going to go on to the next song, which is going to be Pure Rude by Chorus K.
By the way, I'm glad you can read this because, like, I have the hardest dang time, like, trying to actually look at this. Like, I'm not necessarily need glasses for it. Yo.
I mean, a little bit of it kind of comes from, sure, I commentate. I do this a lot, but...
Oh, that's what you're blaming it on? Yeah, yeah.
I also, got LASIK at one point in my life, so, I'm still holding on to this ability
good for you,
to,
actually.
I'm still trying to
considered it.
I'm trying to see through walls as long as I can at this point, until I get old again and need reading glasses.
You get old again versus just being old now?
That's right. I don't want to talk about it.
So my old man always told me the second that you get an AARP card in the mail, that's when you're old.
I mean, that happens in your 40s.
Yeah.
They like to send them real early, so I don't know how much that holds up.
That's the problem.
All right, it looks like DRH does not have a play on this song. Sheepy does have a 995 full combo.
I was admittingly wrong about the BPM on this, but this track is actually fairly straightforward for a 13. A couple of crossover parts. Some clapping in the background for our
We had L and Kimalak over on the other pad. The battle of two classic DDR players. Speaking of this battle, we have a 1-point difference right now. We're starting off at the song. Anything can happen though. So let's go, chat.
Almost like both players are using the jump as the ghost step.
Which does help in this song because this song is synced really well, actually. All right,
this is where things get a little dicey.
Yeah, so this is going to be your double step section.
See if any of the players try to opt for the foot switch on those threes.
All right, and Sheepy did pick up a great right there, so DRH does have about a 9-point lead right now. Ooh, that's actually extending a little bit. Still about 9 points, actually.
This is also going to be a stamina test towards the end here.
Yeah, DRH just picked up a chain of about several perfects right there.
Somewhere
which now
in that little mini run. Yeah. And we have a ball game, folks.
Picked up a good right there.
Good job with that little cross step I saw there on Sheepy.
13-point difference.
DRH using that to kind of get back on track, I see.
Stepped a little fast on that triplet section. Let's see if DRH can recover it on this one.
There's another one right there. Look out for that. Sheepy really holding it. DRH pushing through here. Little somewhat of a slow.
All right. Sheepy comes back and takes it 1633 to 1618. But yo, wait a minute. One great, one good.
Wow.
From DRH. 49 and 2 out of Sheepy. Yo, both of them kind of popped off though. Like, let's be real.
They came to play, yo.
Good set from the two of them. Bounce back and forth.
Yeah, all right.
Love to see it.
Hand off some cards as per usual.
All right, and from what it looks like, I think that we are at the end of that pool.
Making assumptions?
I think so, because I look over to the right and I don't see any more of those green, beautiful cards being drawn. So.
I'm also looking on the machine and there's nobody there. It's on a warning screen, which may or may not be good.
Oh, Lord. Extra commentary. Chat, I hope you are having a good time. I'm having a good time. We're only halfway through our day. We still have some more. We have more
stuff to do.
My God, we are just getting into Tier 4 right now at this point, which is, I'm excited for some of the names that I see in this. I can already tell.
Oh, wait, this is like where things, we have to, let's say, no, the great is going to be eliminated. We're going to start seeing PFCs across the board. That's what we expect.
All right, well, chat, we're just going to take a break, just a quick break, just for a couple of minutes. Go ahead and refill your water. Go ahead and grab some chips, grab a snack. Stretch if you've really been sitting down there, but don't go too far. We're going to be back soon.
Somebody let me know the score of the Florida game, by the way.
I mean, we can.
They already played.
We can, yeah. We can just run back there.
I know.
But nonetheless, hey, chat, we'll be right back. Don't go too far. We'll see you soon. Don't go too far.